All right. Good morning. Good morning. What's happening, everybody? Back in Studio B. Still a little bit of a cough. Hanging on. We're over a weekend now. It's just getting good. 2 weeks. 2 weeks hard time when you get a cold, I think. You know, basically it. 2 weeks of symptoms, 2 weeks of whatever you got cooking. So, and then if you get into something really heavy, it's multiple weeks here in Maine. Vince Dudley, good to see you. The first one here this morning on Instagram. Good to see you, buddy. What's happening? How are things at your place? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Roy Dahl. Good to see you. Checking in at a 9. Voice is getting a little bit better. Tim Bartolini. Good to see you, man. Where you been, dude? Haven't seen you around much. Good morning, Bubba Hogan. Yeah. You're looking mad fine right now. Thanks, buddy. Shoot. You're good for my ego, kid. Back in Studio B, baby. Jess Novak, Matthew Padron. I was up early this morning. Check your email, Matthew. You got one more coming your way. Yeah, I like to work on a little world domination in the morning. Get the laptop out and start kicking. It suits me. And I just kind of threw in the towel on that Keurig thing. Let's just go with the pot, Just start chugging. Yeah, happy November. We're getting there. You ever try to hold back a cough? Yeah, it's good. Yeah, good morning, Matthew. All right, guys, what's happening? How was your week? Excuse me. More coffee. How about all those cold meds, too? The only good one is NyQuil. Knock you out. The rest of them, they don't do anything, I don't think. So maybe they curtail some things, but take that vitamin C so you don't get sick. Right. Slam some cabinet doors at 4 a.m. Get that coffee going. Little inside one there. Bubba. Come on, man. Starting trouble already. Yeah. How's the week, guys? The pot is superior. Yeah, for sure. And I like the Yeti mug, too. It keeps it nice and hot. Yep. And then if you want to really go deep, you throw the lid on. That stuff stay hot for the day. Doesn't last long around here, so. Whew, yeah. Got back. I can't talk. Got back from camp yesterday. Whew. Yeah. 2 dogs and a Jeep. But yeah, we brought my mom up too, so we had her vehicle, and so we kind of switched back and forth, but we made it. So I got a stem issue in my right rear. I don't know. I keep losing air, so out of one of the stems, it's pesky. They can't find it, so I'll take that whole wheel off. Get a whole new wheel. Yeah, good week. Rachel says, good to hear it. Aaron Callie's here this morning. Comes in guns a-blazing. Good to see you guys. Yeah, we got back yesterday and got a few things done. I always like to unpack right when I get back. How about you guys? If I set that stuff down and don't like get into the bag and all the cooler and the things, it could sit there for 1 to 3 years. If you don't grab that shit, you got to take care of that stuff, right? Get it in, get the laundry going, and open up the bag and find the 2 pieces of laundry you should have thrown in. It ain't easy being me. It ain't easy being me, guys. I'm fun to watch, though. So, yeah. Well, let's get to it. Pop in the chat. How you doing on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm about a 3 here. I just said to Wendy before I came down, I said, believe it or not, it's just kind of going away. Now I get that tickle in the throat. Need some honey or something. Yeah, that's right, Rachel. Not looking forward to the time change. When is that? Tonight? Crap. Or Sunday night? Probably tonight, right? It's like a Saturday night thing, so you can stagger around on Sunday, wonder what the hell happened. Right. They were thinking about getting rid of it, right? So, yeah, find those shorts. How about the black stuff? You get a black bag and then you throw all your clothes are black, so you throw stuff in there. You think your bag's empty, and then next time you get it out, you find that shirt you've been looking for. Dave Howard coming in at a 9 and 11/16. 22 30 seconds, 44 64ths, 88 128ths. I don't think I can go deeper than that. 166 256ths. That's all I got. Good to see you, Dustin, Rachel, Dave, Aaron, all the cool cats rolling in. So, yeah, let's get at it. Day 3 of 10 days to help you level up your business habits. All right. Assuming that you're not perfect. If you're perfect, just, hang out and maybe mess around in the chat and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, guys, what gets measured gets managed. Okay. Talking about the power of daily metrics today. What gets managed gets improved. Peter Drucker said that, not Bubba Hogan. Okay. Peter Drucker. Repeat after me, not Bubba. Yeah, most business owners don't have a strategy problem, guys. They have a visibility problem. Okay. They don't know the truth about what's really happening day to day. You can't fix what you can't see. And the fastest way to take control of your business is to track the right numbers. Okay. Every single day. You would be amazed at the people that walked by our table at the Hardscape North America event last week after last, whatever, when Bubba and I were there. And I would routinely ask guys, hey, what do you do for top line revenue? They go, huh? No, like sales. Like, what do we sell? We do mowing. We do that. No. What are your total sales for the year? One guy goes, oh, I don't know. I go, do you own the business? He goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, my wife handles all that stuff. She does all the books. I go, but you don't know your sales? No. We just do the work. Okay. All right. What do you got in that coffee this morning? Actually, what I have in here is, I don't know what it's called, Premier Protein. I'm just going with protein drink in the coffee now, right off the creamer. I'm crazy like that. Mark Bunkus freezing his ass off at his grandson's last soccer game. But here we are and listening in. Good for you, man. Say hi to Michelle, you guys. You guys look cute last night in your Halloween outfits. Did everybody have a good Halloween? Rachel had a great convo yesterday with Dan. That's great. That makes me feel good when people that meet here get connected, do all kinds of good things. Wendy's chiming in now. Yeah, she's got a busy day today. So do I, actually. A bunch of stuff I want to get done, not the least of which is just general world domination. So I hope you're working on the same. So, yeah, guys, what gets measured gets managed, right? Yeah, when I first started coaching, I would see these patterns with people, business owners, right? Making decisions based on emotion, not data. What first tipped me off to them, like, hey, how's it going? Oh, busy. Like it was a canned response, right? They don't really want to say because it's an ego thing or whatever, right? Oh yeah, you're super busy right now. Boy, I can't shovel it fast enough. Or if not busy, or I would say, busy doing what? Oh well, we're not really closing enough jobs. Well, how many quotes went out? How many calls were made? Crickets. That's when you lose them. Well, start staring at their boots, right? So, excuse me. That's when it clicked, guys. Most people are just flying blind. They're just flying blind. Reminds me of the saying a friend of mine said a while back. I use it often. No sense steering. The brakes are gone. No sense steering, right? Jesus, take the wheel, right? They're piloting a multi-$100,000 business or even $1 million business with zero instruments, right? Nothing on the dashboard. And if there was stuff on the dashboard, they're not looking at it. Okay. So once we help install these guys and girls daily metrics, once we help them install those, tracking leads, tracking sales, margin, fulfillment, everything changed. Okay. Accountability increased. Decisions got sharper, right? Profit followed clarity. Yeah, business isn't always necessarily good, right? You ought to be able to answer these basic questions like, What's your top line revenue? Boom. What's your monthly overhead? Boom. What is your gross margin? Boom. What is your net profit? Monthly, net, yearly, net. Okay. What is your close ratio? How many leads do you get a month? How many are qualified leads? Pretty simple stuff to track on a spreadsheet, guys. It doesn't need to be sophisticated, but it does need to be done because your numbers tell a story if you will listen. Okay. Every metric in your business is a conversation, right? Revenue tells you how well you're selling. Margins tell you how well you're managing what you sold. And your pipeline tells you how well you're planning. Yeah, that's what Rachel says. Good busy? Yeah, that's a great way to say that. So the data doesn't lie. It just reports the truth. And you may not want to see it. I was guilty of that a lot. Like stick my head in the sand. I don't see it. We'll just keep shoveling. We'll keep doing it. Not always great. Yeah. The question is, are you willing to listen? Okay. You don't need 100 metrics, just the right 5. Okay. Here's 5 that will help you. If you're not tracking anything, write these down and start tracking this. Number 1, leads in. How many opportunities entered the pipeline today, whether it's through your CRM, through Facebook, through a DM, through Instagram, through word of mouth. Well, we get all our word of mouth. We got all work word of mouth. We're good. Yeah, I don't have to advertise. People just call me. Okay, great, dude. But how many leads do you get every week, every month, every day, whatever it is? Okay. And then the next one is conversations started. How many real sales interactions occurred? Not somebody that calls you and says, I've got 3 creaky treads on my back deck. Not that. Okay. Legitimate opportunities. Okay. So leads in, conversations started. Next one is quotes or proposals sent. What's actually moving forward? What has legs? Okay. So those 3. Number 4, jobs closed / revenue won. What did we win? Where's the money coming in? Okay. Where's it coming from? So leads in, conversations started, jobs closed, basically, revenue won. Call it sales if you want. Right. Quotes and proposals sent out. I skipped that one. Okay. And then lastly, follow-ups completed. Okay. What money is being left on the table? And you've heard me say this time and time again, that the average person buys sometime between the 5th and 12th touch. So if you only sending out a proposal, then, we're just circling back. And then dead air, Hope Island, that's 2 touches, 2, maybe 3. What does it take to get to 5? Pop them a DM, shoot them an email, give them a call, let them know you're interested. I'd rather work with somebody that's interested in my project or my business, right? That checks back. This doesn't have to be annoying, Hey, didn't want you to think I forgot about you. Okay. So these aren't like nice to track numbers. Those are the survival numbers. Those are ones you should be tracking all the time. Again, leads in, conversations started, quotes, proposals sent out, jobs closed, revenue won. Okay. And then finally, follow-ups completed. Track it. Take your head out of the sand. My head stayed in the sand for a good many years on stuff like this. Oh, I don't like the details. But when I pulled it out and started looking at things get a lot more clear. Fortune is in the follow-up, Rachel. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. In the habit of measurement, guys, get in that habit. It creates momentum. All right. Once you start measuring daily, something powerful happens. Your focus sharpens, your team's accountability rises. You stop playing offense, not defense. Okay. Measure the gain, not the gap, says Dan Martell. Measure the gain, not the gap. Look for those micro wins. Celebrate the daily progress. Okay. It creates momentum. It's those consistent scorecards that create massive results over time. Tell you a quick story. Excuse me. From time to time, I'll get a client that'll jump on my schedule for kind of an extra call. Hey, when you need it, hit me up. So I had one of those calls yesterday. Was driving home and this person had the phone stopped ringing like the 1st of October. Okay. And I said, geez, when did you realize it. He goes, I was on top of it within several days, you know. And now he's been focused on it for a few weeks. Okay. Good morning, Richard Nordheim. He's been focused on it for a few weeks, but what would happen? He said, well, normally I get, I might get 15 to 20 leads a month. And maybe 4 or 5 of those are qualified leads. Okay. And from that, I usually close 1 or 2. So what can I glean from that? I know he's got probably roughly a 25% closing ratio. Okay. I know 25% of the 75% of the leads he gets every month are junk. Okay. And if we can get this guy 4 or 5 opportunities, he's going to be fine. But in October, he only got 1. And he closed it. Okay. So I said, well, the good news is you got a 100% close ratio, right? Okay. So we were able to spend 30 to 45 minutes. I was in the vehicle just talking through this and coming up with a strategy to get on top of this. Something changed. And maybe it's just, hey, there was a dip, there was a lull, something happened, the economy, call it what you want. Don't care. Everybody else is dealing with the same thing. So we got to figure out how to pivot, how to attack it from a different angle. And at least he's having to have that, he's able to have that conversation literally still in the same month that's happening. Get positioned to not let it happen in November. Okay, because what that causes, that interruption in your sales causes that golf ball through the garden hose. We have to wait for that because that's going to show up down the road when those jobs tee up. And now it's January and February. You can't go resell October. Okay, so that's the importance in this stuff, guys. It's going to flag stuff. You're going to see it. You're going to be able to track it. Many of you probably weigh yourself daily. This is no different. Okay, so something special happens when you start tracking that stuff. Ask yourself this. What 3 to 5 daily numbers actually drive my business forward? And maybe it's none of what I said above, but what are yours? Where am I currently making decisions based on feelings instead of facts? Ever do that? Maybe make a purchase in business going out, just look at the checking out. Yeah, but plenty of money in there. Well, good shit. Buy the truck. And 6 months later, you go, oh shit, maybe I should have done that. Yeah, Mark says do it, send a voice text, mix it up, whatever. Especially if you're Mark Banker. Okay? Use the information that's right in front of you. Ask yourself this: how can I create a simple dashboard? It's a whiteboard by my desk, spreadsheet, excuse me, or an app to start just tracking these numbers every day. Here we are on a Saturday talking about it. What a bunch of losers. All right. Once you do that, then take some action. Write down your top 5 daily metrics on the whiteboard. Okay. They're in your planner. Start tracking them tomorrow, guys. No excuses. All right. Pop a fist pump in the chat if you're going to track better. Pick one thing. I don't care. Tell me how many times the phone rang last week. Start there. You can't win a game if you don't know the score. Data creates discipline. Discipline creates freedom. Dave Howard just commented too. I know Dave's a runner. Every runner has one of these. Okay. How far did I run? How fast did I run? What was my heart rate? What's my VO2 max? What's my heart rate variability? Tracked over time. I can see if I make progress. We do it with things that we have fun with and like. So why not do it in your business? If Steve was on here, he'd say, well, I wouldn't go up in the air and just, not look at the dashboard of a 777, right? Wouldn't get off the ground. Thanks, Roy. Yeah, drop a fist pump in the chat if you maybe got a little something out of this today. And make sure you join me tomorrow. We're going to talk about meetings that move the needle, okay? Love a good meeting. Who likes a good meeting that just lingers on, We're going to talk tomorrow about how to build meetings that create clarity, momentum, and accountability, and just instead of wasting everybody's time. Back in the early 2000s, when cell phones were really getting cool, we used to have a project manager meeting at the millwork company that I helped to run, and I had to run that meeting, and I would say at the beginning of the meeting, all right, table your weapons. Make everybody put their cell phone in the middle of the table, because otherwise everybody be over here texting, and it was that time when you had to hit You know, if you wanted an L, you had to hit the JKL button 3 times, and then you had to hit the right, everybody's doing that in the meeting. Yeah, and hey, don't forget to share. Another 16 shares yesterday. The goal was 20. Let's make the goal. We don't go backwards. Let's make the goal 20 again today. All right, we're gonna have our first 20 share day here one of these times. Dave said, first year in 14 years, I didn't get my normal 1,000 miles per year. Usually about October, I get them. What did I hear there? Dave has literally tracked every single run for 14 years. Rest my case. And he wouldn't be able to make that comment he just made, right? Do that. Mic drop. Just do that. Hashtag SBS, share Bob stuff. Yeah, every day, guys. Thank you for sharing. You know, sometimes when somebody asks you to share, you're like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I want people to know that I'm watching that thing Bob does every morning. And, you know, they'll think I'm working on personal development, or they'll think it's a cult or something. Who cares? Just share it. 29 years. Yeah, man. That's cool. Matthew Padron. Love it. Good stuff. Bubba, where you at? You back in Memphis, Pensacola? What are you doing? You're all over the place. Thanks, Richard. And again, guys, remember that follow-up thing, right? Bubba would say, make sure you follow up until they put the restraining order on you in sales, right? I'm not suggesting you do that. Make sure you do it more than the other guy. Otherwise, you know, flush it out. If it's going to grow legs, great. Let's do a project together. If not, let's get it off the whiteboard and put them in your email drip campaign and then bug the shit out of them for 29 years. Back home for a few. Glad to see it. Glad to see it. Say hi to Amy for me. Hopefully some of the kids will be around. Get to see people and have yourself a great day. So, yeah, guys, we got a great day lined up here today. Although, well, maybe the sun is peeking through a little bit. We'll see what happens. Let me see the weather here today. 45 degrees currently. Yeah, maybe some sun. Looks like some sun today. I'm going to get over and hopefully see Jimmy today. I think I'm past the contagious point on this cold. Sure as hell don't want to pass it along to him. And I know he's had some great days lately. So doing well. Anyway, guys, I want you to have a great day today. If there's anything I can do to help you, please let me know. Wendy's super busy, so hasn't been able to get the links in on this thread. Go back to yesterday's thread. We got all kinds of links for you. But don't forget the Bubba Palooza, right? Bubba Hogan's. Did you need directions to get back? Yeah, right. Yeah, don't forget, we'll be in Stanton, Tennessee. I call it Memphis. Excuse me, November 9th through the 13th, okay? With Steve Rosenberg, Jacob Salem, myself, Tim Catroni, all right? At Bubba's Mid-South Pond Retreat. Check it out. The link's in yesterday's thread. Guys, have a great day. Love y'all. Let me know if you need me. I'm out.